Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of the WDC podcast. I am here accompanied by my co-host Swy.
Hello, I make Minecraft content. I don't know what else to say.
We also have another co-host who won't be joining us for the first few episodes as he's out of his hometown, I believe. I'm not really sure, but he won't be joining us until like episode 4 or 5, which is Concept. But today we have a super exciting guest, BabaStreams, who is a storytime TikTok creator and makes some great reaction content and gaming content on YouTube. Baba, you want to say hi?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
I say we just jump right into it. I got some notes. Well, first let's credit you a little bit. You've gained 736,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
8,000 on YouTube, and 6,000 on Twitch. Do you understand how crazy that is?
Yeah, no, it was crazy just to blow up. I think that the TikTok blow was the most insane. Like, I don't even know, man. Like, analytics just shot up like crazy once we did the first storyline.
Yeah, no. So, speaking of the first storyline, let's just jump into this because this is probably one of my more, like, interesting topics on you. This is what I found interesting. Your first storyline was with your dad, correct? You had a big...
Yeah, so, well, I meant, like, by storyline, I meant, like, you know, like, the whole, like, part things I do. But,
yeah.
no, my first, like, TikTok that actually did, like, very well and actually blew me up to, like, the first 90K, I think it was definitely the storyline of me and my father and how, you know, we didn't see eye to eye and we made a bet. I think that was probably the biggest one.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to explain what the bet was and, like, how it went and how you kind of went through that?
So, basically, originally, I graduated high school early and I went to the military. I'm not the biggest fan of the military. I mean, I went for artillery soldier. I went in BMQ, basic military qualification training. And then from there, you know, like, the whole pandemic started. I came back home. I got to see my parents. I got to see, you know, I haven't seen them in probably around a year and a half. So it was really awkward coming back home. But I remember going back to my old room. I saw my gaming setup and I'm like, like, I remember when I used to make videos when I was younger, because I used to, like, you know, back in like the old times, like, you know, when Call of Duty and all that was like a big thing, you know, with the whole phase thing and everything. Like, it was a it was a big moment there. So I remember I kind of, like, you know, started playing games again. I remember recording and I started, like, you know, just doing little streams here and there. And then, you know, eventually those streams led to people coming in. We started growing. And then I made a bet with my father saying, yo, just give me to the end of this year. If I can, like, make this a career, then, like, you know, I don't have to go back to the military. I'm going to discharge myself and just be like a creator. And he said it's not possible. And that's where the series started, where I made a TikTok and it just blew up.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like everyone has that moment where it's like, you know what? I played games when we were younger. I feel like everyone played games when they were younger. And, like, I watched YouTube. Maybe I could do that, you know? Everyone has that dream. Like, maybe I can do that.
Yeah. Everybody at some point in their lives.
Everyone has that dream, just sees something they want. It's like, you know, maybe I should just give it a shot.
Yeah.
So first of all, Baba, let's talk about how we met. We met through a Discord called Creator Chord.
Creator Chord.
Yeah. For the people who don't know, a popular Fortnite YouTuber, Tico, started a Discord called Creator Chord, which essentially brought a bunch of creators from small to big all to one Discord and kind of created a community. And that's where I met most of the people I, like, talked to about YouTube, because before I just, like, I want to say 500 subscribers when I joined. I had a friend who got me in.
Yeah, more than me.
Oh wait, how much did you have when you joined?
I had 125 subs.
Wow, you've grown a lot since then. I mean, it was like last year June. It's probably a year ago it was made, right?
No, I joined Creator Chord last year August. It was the second month into summer.
Yeah, no, I remember it was like the third day, I want to say it was a thing. My friend, I saw a tweet where he was like, I'm in Creator Chord now, and this was when each person in Creator Chord had 2 invites. And I reached out to him because me and him were, like, talking a lot at the time. We were like, he was my YouTube friend, because I didn't have YouTube friends, because Swy at this point, like, kind of did YouTube, like, a couple months before, but, like,
Basically
was kind of on a break. Yeah, you kind of weren't really, like, doing YouTube.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to make friends over Twitter and stuff, and I was like, "Yo, is there any way you can get me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I have 500 subscribers. I see people with like 1 million plus subscribers, and I'm like shaking. I have no idea what I'm doing. And yeah, the Creator Chord was the best experience I've ever had on the internet.
Oh yeah. I still vouch, dude. When I first went in there, like I met my homie Lylons, I met all the guys. Just
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it was such a vibe, dude. Just getting to meet other creators. Like you know,
Bro.
like as like I remember muting my mic when I would meet like, for example, like a really big creator. And for me, a big creator was probably like anyone with over probably 2,000 subs. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that's crazy. Like, oh my goodness, I would mute my mic and kind of freak out. Like, oh my goodness, like I was just like one of those moments. I remember.
Bro, yeah, it's like the first. So I was in a Tiga video, which most people in Creator Chord were, and I remember this moment like it was yesterday. It was a challenge where it was like last to fall if a fish or something gets a shout out, and I remember I muted my mic. I was literally shaking, and I was recording, but I couldn't like commentate. I was like shaking, so nervous because I was in a call with like Goals, Tico, all these popular people. And I don't know what I'm doing there. Like, I have 500 subscribers at the time. I'm not, like, this second day of Creator Chord is, that was just, what a time, right? Fortnite, everything.
Oh yeah, Fortnite when it was booming.
Oh, yeah, for real. So let's talk about how you started out. So you say you had 125 subscribers, literally what? That's less than a year ago in August?
Yeah, that was last year, August. That was less than a year ago.
And now you have over 700,000 supporters.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. That's a crazy growth. Like you went from 100 subscribers to having a huge fan base.
Yeah, I sometimes I can't believe it. I'm gonna be honest, but we're still like on that grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it definitely doesn't stop here.
Oh yeah.
I believe you're going for 1 million on TikTok, right?
Oh, I'm 100% saying by the end of this month. We're in July. Yeah, we're in July. So the end of this month, I'm gonna have 1 million followers on TikTok. No doubt. I gain
That's
like
a big-
50K every day. Like it's actually scary.
Yeah. No, that's a big That's a big goal, and I definitely believe you. I believe you can hit 1 million. You have an insane drive and your passion, and you do storytelling. And I literally have gone in a hole of watching your story videos. I know you haven't made many, but they're just they're so entertaining to me.
Yeah. Honestly, the fact that like, dude, honestly, like when I posted the first story time TikTok, I thought it was gonna do terrible. I was like, oh god, like this is just gonna be cringe, you know, because a lot of people were doing it. But when I first posted it, people were like, oh, this guy's like Luna. And then Luna's like another TikToker who, or he's a YouTuber that tells stories, and he's huge. He's huge.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys really compare me to like almost the king of stories. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. And then I just kept going and, you know, kept blowing up to the point where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is my life now. And these stories are like actual stories of my life, which is the craziest thing. So
Yeah.
it's like when kids say like, oh, I love your stories. I'm like, damn, this guy thinks my life was exciting when I was younger.
It's like, wow, this guy really finds my life exciting. Wow, that's amazing.
My wife of
Yeah,
all
no.
other wives.
Yeah. No, I've tried doing like story times like once, and I'm just like not that type of creator. I can't do that. I don't know if I just don't have the storytelling type like genes or something. I don't know. Is this some lab generated stuff? I don't know. But
Yeah.
I just can't do it. But yeah, I want to talk to you about some stuff. First of all, you went for TNA, Team New Age,
Yeah.
if people don't know. It's a Fortnite. I believe they're in other games now, right? They're in a couple other games.
They're like a Fortnite slash like content created team. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're a team, organization, whatever you want to call them, and they hosted a competition for people to join their team under a contract, I believe, and it was called TNA top 5 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, TNA like top 5, even though they ended up picking up 10 people, which was very odd. But I mean, like,
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
a move, I
definitely not
guess.
top 5. But you made it to the top 100, right?
Yeah, we made it to top 100.
Yeah, and then I don't think you went for top 50, right? Is that true? Or did you go
Yeah,
for
so around the time where so around like once we hit top 100, it got to a place in my life where I wasn't like, let's just say like I was at the like I was just in a block, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't think of ways to make content. This was before story time, so I was like on that block where I was like, I'm not growing, I'm losing, I'm not really gaining anything, and it got to the point where like me and my father, yeah, but it got to a point where like me and my father were like, like, oh gosh, like you're not doing anything anymore. It's back to like, before you just have numbers, you don't have that consistent growth. And it was scary for me. And I remember me and my dad got into this argument. Things got a little physical. I got arrested. Bippity boppity boo. I moved out. I was on my sister's couch. And yeah, I spent 2 months just, thinking of what to do and stuff. And when I was, stuck in that place where I couldn't really make content because I didn't have my setup, nothing at that time.
Hmm.
I was just, I was just laying on my sister's couch and everyone's like congratulating me on top 100. I'm like, great. I wish I could make top 50, but I can't even make a video because I'm stuck on this couch. So it kind of sucked. But I mean, just knowing that like I got recognized for top 100 and knowing the TNA guys, I love the TNA guys, by the way, like E-Money,
Hmm.
Kirsch, all of them, they're all homies. And, just knowing I was able to be noticed from that is really good.
Yeah, no, the TNA is a great team. They have some great people there. Um, yeah, so you didn't go for top 50. Do you think you could have won the competition, like gone the final 10 or whatever they got in?
Honestly, I thought about it a lot and I can, you know what? Actually, yeah, I think I could easily say I would have actually gotten in if I was keeping
Yeah.
up that consistency in that grind. I would have gotten in. I know that for a fact because it like, like, how do I put this? I don't want to say like, oh, because I'm close with all my like, I'm gonna get in. It's just the way like we were like, it's just
The way it
one
was
thing I was
going,
really
right?
known for. Yeah, it's just the way the thing was like back before before story times was a thing for me. I was known for like that grind. Like my motto was literally keep grinding gamers. Like it was just a thing I just
Hmm.
did, and it was like it got to that point where like I guess like I was known as being a grinder from my phase 5 grind to the TNA grind. Like people thought it was like the same thing, and people got hyped up because of it. Because when I grind, my community got hyped up. Um, but, I mean, yeah. So honestly, like I feel like I would have gotten in, but since tournament of events of what happened in my life, I had to chop that off.
Yeah, no, I remember like 2 a.m. nights where I would just like be on Discord. Like this was back last year, 2020, like prime quarantine during like summer. I'm staying up playing video games. I would see you in Discord. Like I would see you in Discord and I would join. I'd be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" You'd be like, "I'm editing a video." You would always be editing a video or always making some sort of content. You were grinding so hard that I feel like everyone knew that you were gonna make it. Like you were going to make it work eventually.
Yeah, no, like Diablo was always telling me like I have a home named Diablo. Really nice guy. You
Yeah.
know him, Nate. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, he
yeah, you know him, Connor,
he
right? Yeah.
makes Fortnite content.
Yeah, Fortnite content. Like, like I had a lot of people. I can easily say like a lot of people in Creator Chord, they believe in me, and to this day, like they're like,
Hmm.
like this was meant to happen. I'd be like, dude, I hit this number, like I hit a milestone. They're like, we expected it. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
it's just a matter of respect for them. I like without Creator Chord and those guys in Creator Chord, like I wouldn't be as far as I am today for sure.
Yeah. It's crazy because I mentioned at the start of this podcast, speaking of milestones, you have 736,000. And just like 2 days ago, I remember checking Discord Creator Chord, and you're like, guys, I hit 700,000. Like
Yeah.
you've gained
2 days ago.
36,000 like
Wow.
2 days ago. Like you're hitting these milestones and you're not stopping. You're still growing. You're still going. And that's something that I want to bring up. Like a lot of creators that might listen to this, a lot of small creators, a lot of people that want to be creators, have this thing where they might have one viral content. Even I've had this, and I still have this, and I'm still trying to find the path I want to take in this content creation grind.
Mm.
Where you get this blow up moment and you get this moment that you try to seize, but some people don't do it. How did you seize your moments? Because I know you had a couple where you blew up a while ago with your first 90K, you said, and now you have this new thing, story times, which are blowing you out of water. How do you seize these? Like, how do you see this and how do you capitalize?
Um, that's a really good question. Like when I think about it, like I don't. I don't really know. It's just like I was always the type of guy to like kind of give what like what people want to see. And when it came to like story times, I guess like people got entertained by the first one. Actually, the way I came up with story times actually is a really it's a funny story. So I remember
Huh?
I was just working. I was just I was putting things away at this place I was working at, and like at work I was just thinking like like what I want to do like when it comes to content. If you don't know, I recently moved into a penthouse, which is a blessing of mine. And You know, like
Congrats.
I was just, yeah, thank you. And I'm just like, you know, trying to plan out like what I want to do when it came to content, because this is like still the dream, right? And
Mhm.
I remember I had to go get blood tested for you know, for this thing I was going on with me and my family. I had to go get blood tested. And one thing I realized, no one knows about this. I didn't say this on any platform yet, so this is gonna be the first time anyone's heard of it. Apparently I'm able to get Alzheimer's.
Ooh.
They found that in my like family and line, and you know, it was one thing that really scared me. So as I was putting things away, I was just thinking like, damn, like I'm gonna forget everything about my life, you know, and like my life is precious. You know, I wanted, yeah, it was an emotional moment for me. I couldn't like really think. And then, you know, one thing I realized that like I didn't like, you know, I was just thinking like what to do, you know, if I like, let's say, forget everything one day. And then I realized like I could, you know, I thought of story times where I could like, you know, if it's not, if I'm not writing a book, if I'm not, you know, if I'm gonna forget all this, might as well everyone else remember it. So I ended up doing the story times of like, you know, funny stories from when I was in middle school, just embarrassing moments that I feel like are highlights in my life that I remember. And I guess, you know, one day I might forget it, but everyone else will. So it's pretty insane.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to turn like something that is affecting your life and like definitely probably not the best news, definitely not the best news.
No.
Um, but turn it into a positive where you can share these stories where maybe down the line you don't remember them, but you can watch back and remember them. You can see these pieces of content you made in your younger days and you can listen to how your life was back then. And I feel like that's what most people do story times for, and the people who fail at story times are the ones who are doing it for the wrong reasons. Like if you watch these story times people, I feel like most of them say, I'm doing this because I want to remember it down the line. Like you don't I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I don't know. But on to another thing I wanted to talk about with you and that me and Swy have had a lot of conversations about are TikTok and YouTube algorithm. These are the
Oh
most
yeah,
stressful things
Oh
as
yeah.
content creators. They
I agree.
change constantly. And like no one has YouTube and TikTok algorithms mastered. Maybe Mr. Beast, maybe the god of YouTube. But no one has these mastered. Like have you come up with anything for these solutions? Like I know me and Gabe have been trying to come up with solutions and find the best ways, and I think we found something, but then TikTok changed their algorithm and now my views drop. Like have you found anything? Do you know anything about this stuff?
Okay, so when it comes to YouTube content, honestly, I'm still trying to find that transition to like, you know,
Hmm.
get back on that YouTube grind, because that's one thing like I really feel like is gonna be helpful in the long run. When it came to
Yeah.
TikTok algorithm, oh, I abused the life out of it. I'm gonna be honest, like you know, when it came to like many people would complain like, oh, you like you have don't why don't you have 3 minute videos, like you should like post these on stories, like, you know, it's just like, you know, like it might be a clout move or a clickbait move, but honestly, like if I do the stories into parts, it's so much easier. You gain a lot more. For example, I was just going through my analytics right now, and I realized this last month, so last 28 days, 70.1 million people you know, video views in the last month is it's crazy.
Off
Think about,
TikTok?
you know, yeah, on TikTok,
Yeah, that's
70.1
Wow.
crazy.
million. So like when it comes to TikTok algorithm, it's just that consistency of like the same content. For example, I have a buddy, his name is Goofy. Goofy, I heard he's in KNG. Really nice guy, love him to death. One thing I realized when I was like, you know, trying to study the algorithm was that, you know, he kept doing the same thing and people kept enjoying it. And that's what I wanted to do, but to a different standpoint where it's not too repetitive. So it was, these
Hmm.
story times are really, you know, as long as like you stay in that consistent rate of the type of content you want to do, and not rely on the game so much, but rely on yourself and what content you can make, it kind of adds up to that growth.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, there's
Okay.
hashtags and yeah, there's all that stuff. But honestly, at the end of the day, like people are gonna be like, yeah, you have to think TikTok and YouTube. One thing that really changed over the years was people's attention span. Um,
Hmm.
it's not the same as before. You know, like a kid can't look at a TikTok and watch like, you know, like a first minute of someone doing an intro. They're already gonna click off. You know, that's where CTR comes in. That's where watch time comes in for YouTube. Or CTR is more about the thumbnail, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it's just, you know, that's the thing. As long as you like always keep something moving or always keep something popping up on screen, or I don't know, it's just as long as you can catch that viewer's eye and keep it there consistently, you're going to grow. You're going to hit that alg train, because that's where I think everything relies on is watch time. So
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's why you see these new creators that blow up. They're not making these 20-minute intros. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but they're long intros that traditionally I grew up on. Like I grew up with the, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are doing this. This is how we're doing it. Like all at the beginning of the video. Now you see these new content creators like straight away content, no intro. Like everyone's like intro boring. It's been done for 10 years. We're getting into the content, and that's where you see the people blowing up because, like Baba said, and I completely agree, I think watch time is one of the most important factors in the YouTube and TikTok algorithm. Obviously, the TikTok algorithm, there might be a little more like to view ratio mattering, because I feel like even if someone watches your whole thing, if they don't like it, I feel like TikTok's not going to push it out more. But TikTok's algorithm has always been a little weird compared to everything else. But definitely YouTube watch time, click through rate, which is obviously thumbnails and everything, definitely matters. Swai, would you like to ask a question? I've been kind of controlling this whole podcast.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What do you do differently on YouTube than TikTok when it comes to the algorithm? Because they kind of have this similar click-through rate and watch time, but they're definitely different. You can.
Yeah. No, 100%. They're very different. Yeah. Well, when it comes to YouTube and TikTok, like on TikTok, as long as I have that like a storyline up there, I think I just automatically start growing. I'm gonna be honest, because that's the way that's my content for TikTok. But when it came to YouTube, one thing I've been told a lot was to start posting or start making very in detailed stories and play Minecraft and just record and just post it on YouTube. But the thing is that my main channel, BabaStreams, I don't really feel there's a place for content and there's a place for story times. I don't want story times be forever my thing. You know what I mean? Like one day I'm gonna run out of stories, or one day stories are not gonna pop off as much. You know what I mean? I'm always got to prepare for the worst. Yeah. So one thing I've decided to do was I made a short. Obviously, I think YouTube. Everyone knows YouTube Shorts is popping off. The algorithm's actually kind of broken with YouTube Shorts. I made a Shorts page, I want to say 2 days ago, and I started posting my storylines on YouTube Shorts, and then whatever people that enjoy the shorts or enjoy my TikToks even, and they want to see more of me and not just from live streaming on Twitch, then I would make YouTube content just for those certain people, because I'd rather have an actual community that wants to watch me for not just story times. And I think that's the best thing to do. So when it comes to algorithm science and CTR rate and all that stuff, it's do the basic thing where it's colorful and make it nice, make it eye-catching, watch time, same thing as TikTok but different content. That's the thing. So I'm not really sure yet. I haven't yet posted on YouTube to see how strong my viewership is. Obviously my videos are going from 200 views to going to 1.2, 3.5, 510, 10k even.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that transfer it's gonna be different, but at the same time though, my main goal right now as a growing content creator is just to grow that strong I hate using the word fans, but community where I can just rely on for that view time and that watch time.
I mean, that's what you need. Yeah. I mean, you look at Nelk isn't the biggest. I mean, Nelk's pretty they're large, don't get me wrong, they're huge, but they average probably 3, 4, 5 million views, which obviously is a lot. But when you see these bigger creators like Mr. Beast, and you see all these people pulling Dream pulling 10, 20, 30 plus million views a video, you're like, how are these guys giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars in their videos? No, it's because they have such a strong fan base that it doesn't really matter what views they pull. They know that their fans are always going to be there for them. They're going to watch every content they put out. They made a Nelk's, I want to say, a full send club or something. And that popped off. The last thing I'll say on algorithm, because we could talk about algorithm for hours. That could be forever. That's a never-ending conversation. But there's this new channel I just discovered like the other day called Project 6 something. I don't forgot the name. But their whole channel, like all their content is a made up storyline that is like I didn't even watch a video. I think I watched one video. It was like they're trying to find someone or something, and every video they get clues and hints and they do all these things. It's all storyline, and they're like selling these subscriptions so they can like people can watch their content earlier, and they have 70,000 members paying for the subscription to watch this content earlier, plus the YouTube viewers, which is like a couple 100,000, and that's all off storyline. And because people get so invested in these storylines, that's why you see all the storyline based creators blow up, because everyone gets invested. And you got one of those things is like it's dangerous to get into storyline, because what happens when your storyline ends? Is your content over? Do you switch up to your content? I don't know. That's just one thing I was wondering, talking about the YouTube algorithm. Obviously, people are suckers for storyline content.
Yeah.
But definitely, this is a struggle with a lot of creators. And this isn't about algorithm. This is about you. I don't know if you had this, but did you ever have like a content addiction? Like where you needed the numbers, you needed to make a video, you felt that need and like number hungry type thing? Have you ever had that?
Dude, honestly, I think every creator gets number hungry once in a while. I know I definitely was. I think actually I remember when I posted the first storyline, I was really like, you know, I was like hyped up because, you know, that was my first time getting like over like 1 million views on a TikTok. I was hyped, you know what I mean? Oh, was it the first? No, it was my second time. I was hyped up. I was, you know, I was freaking out. I was like, yes, like, you know, this is what I want. And when I post the second one, like when I post the next one, I even got more number hungry. I'm like, I want 1 million on this. You know, I want to average 1 million on every TikTok. So I remember I would like record TikToks. I would rewrite scripts. It got to the point where like me and my editor would get like, my editor would got so annoyed because I would always change the script last minute. He's like, dude, I already like did the subtitles for this. I'm like, do it again. Like we need to just like, dude, like I was that guy. And he's like, and luckily my editor's like an IRL. His name is Tommy Splice. He's really good homie of mine. Like we went to school together back in high school, and he was like one of the guys who like actually supported me through a lot.
Why feels that pain. That's why has edited multiple of my videos, and I know him IRL.
That's why I laughed at subtitles.
I'll call him up. I'll be like, yo, please just edit this video, change this, do this. Like, he'll send me a final product. He'll be like, here you go. I'll be like, can we change this a little bit?
Yeah, that's
no, that's the thing. Like when you realize, like I feel like I'm mostly like, I get really number hungry when I like the saying for that, number hungry. I might use that, but
number hungry.
Number hungry. No, I think the times where I'm most number hungry is like when one thing does really good, and I do another and it doesn't do as good, and I'm like, no, like redo. We must, like, you know, it's just set that forceful vibe. I think that's like mostly the main thing. But like, let's say like, you know, a video doesn't do good, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do it again. You know what I mean? Like, might as well change it up a little bit, see what else I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, no, I've felt literally the same. Like I remember I had my first ever blow up TikTok was an exploit in Fortnite, where me and my friends literally just discovered an exploit, not even recording, but there was a feature on the video highlights where we could play back, and it always recorded, so you could play back like 20 minutes. So I pressed my playback button, and I got the moment where we figured out this glitch. I posted to TikTok. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw it out there. I don't even know if people have found this glitch. I throw it out there. It gets like 600,000 views in the first week. And I gained like 5,000 followers, and I was so like, oh my god, dude, I'm famous. Yo, I have this huge fan base. What do I do now? And I started making more content, and none of them are pulling views. I'm like, and that's when you get in this phase like, am I good enough? And if you're one of those creators where you get in that phase like, is my content not good enough? Am I not doing this right? You can't get in the mindset where numbers relate to how good your content is, because
definitely,
that's where you take the most mental toll, and that's where your content might even get worse when you start overthinking things about your content.
No, that's for sure.
And something I want to, so that's just a little rant on that. But Baba, so I think your last two videos are reaction videos, right?
Yeah, my last two. So one thing. So when I moved into my penthouse, one thing I really wanted to do was like upgrade my whole entire setup. Like I wanted to just full on upgrade it because some things did get damaged when I was moving. So I was really upset about that. For example, I know my HyperX mic. I got like the new colorful one. I'm a big RGB, by the way. You know this, Connor.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big RGB freak. Like
Do
I
you
got
still have
RGB
your
chair.
RGB chair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
RGB
I brought
chair.
that with me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I'm just that insane.
He has an RGB chair, and he would show it off in our Discord calls, and I would be like, bro, I need to buy one of those.
Yeah, dude. Everyone asks me like, where'd you get it? I'm like, it's Canada. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I'm Canadian.
It's Canada,
It's
bro. Come on.
Canada. Wow.
Yeah, but no, so like yeah, so like one thing so like I was saying though, yeah, so I upgraded my entire setup. Like my HyperX mic broke, which is a rip. I love that thing to death, but sadly it broke during the move. So I ended up just buying a Shure SM7B. Like I just went all out on my setup. I got a Glow XLR. I got a stand-up desk. Now when it came to the stand-up desk, I really wanted to do like a classic PewDiePie kind of vibe, where like I remember back then I watch a lot of PewDiePie. I'm a big PewDiePie freak. And I remember he used to do these stand-up desk videos where he's like standing up and he's just like reacting to stuff and having the whole room just to move around. So when I moved into this penthouse, I'm like, I'm gonna have a room just like he did, just for the setup and just to move around in. So I got a stand-up desk. I wind it up and I started doing reaction stuff, and people started doing it, and I started changing my recording style. It's just something I wanted to try, and it's successful. And I think reaction content is something like people really enjoy from me for some reason, because I guess my facial expressions and just the way I twerk, move around my arms, it's just a different vibe.
No, so you started out on gaming content, and this is one of my favorite quotes from Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast, if you guys don't know him, what are you guys doing right now? Like, if you're on YouTube,
a rock or something.
For real, like if you're on YouTube, you know Mr. Beast. And
Oh yeah.
Mr. Beast in an interview was asked like, so you just started a reaction channel and you started a gaming channel. Which one do you see doing better in 5 years? And he said, I see in 5 years my reaction channel having double the numbers as my gaming channel. And first in my head, I'm like, what? Gaming's like one of the biggest things in the world. Well, gaming has a cap. Not everyone games. Like, not everyone can sit down for hours and watch gaming content. But everyone can watch reactions. Everyone can, like, with reactions, you're not sticking to one thing, and you're not sticking to a game, you're not sticking to a genre. You could react to the best gaming clips, and then the next day react to the best sports clips. And there's no cap to it, because everyone can relate to one piece of content you're putting out. And now that you've explored this new reaction content, do you see yourself going back to gaming?
That's the thing. Like, I never like right now as like a story time guy, I think I'm going to like, stick with that wave for a little bit. And then for the main BabaStreams channel, I kind of just want to do everything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to limit myself, because that's like, if I want to play Minecraft and do a Minecraft video with like homies and stuff, yeah, I'll do that. If I want to like, react to something silly, like, I kind of just want to throw everything on there that's like content in my eyes, because, like content is a content channel. The shorts are just for stories. TikTok is stories and content eventually once I hit that 1 mil mark and I know I have a consistent viewership. I think that's like where I'm going to play around with the most, because I don't like, like that's one thing I realize about a lot of creators, and in my opinion, no creator should do this. I know a lot of people are switching it up, but for example, like I know a lot of people like rely more on the game than themselves, when they should be relying on what they can do compared to like anyone can play. Like I've said this before, anyone can play Fortnite like a pro. Anyone can play Valorant and just get like, a 40 bomb. Like anyone can do that. It's just a matter of how you do it, and that what leads up to it that makes the entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you do it right, no one can replicate your like personality. If you can put out the right personality that you think is true to yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're not being yourself in your content, how are other people going to be like, I watch this guy? If you're someone else, that's what my whole problem was with montage people who made montages. I did that back like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I just don't see people making montages actually becoming creators who are making waves in the platform and big creators. Like I just can't see it because you're not expressing that content. And you now see more people in the gaming industry with montages and stuff doing content because people are realizing there's a cap to montages just like there's a cap to gaming, and people that were doing gaming are now doing IRL content and other types of content because they know there's also a cap to that. And
Yeah.
there's a cap to everything at the end of the day, but you gotta find where you belong and what you think is gonna be the best for your content. I mean,
Yeah.
me and Swy are like, we do YouTube together. We talk about YouTube together. We want to do this podcast, and we're doing completely different style of content. I'm moving into IRL videos, and he's doing Minecraft videos. And
well, I'm doing like animations and stuff.
oh yeah, you're doing. I mean, if we want to talk about this
Animation?
real quick.
Hey, that's pretty cool
Oh,
actually. Wait,
yeah,
what kind of
I-
animation's sick, dude?
I've been
We wanna-
testing out Blender because I don't know. I've always wanted to like try like animation because I've always been so interested in it, and I also have a high school class coming up where I have to. Well, it's like a 3D animation class, so I thought I'd get a head start, and it's actually been pretty successful. I got
Yeah,
a
I mean,
video
big
recently.
props to Swy. I mean, you want to talk about your last video or your
Oh,
like
yeah.
2 videos ago?
Yeah, it was 2 videos ago. It
Hey,
was
man,
my
flaunt the numbers.
It was my
Be proud of
first
yourself.
video to get over 20,000, and right now it's at like 340,000. It just blew up.
Hey, let's go.
It just blew up like randomly. I was not expecting it. So
Yeah, I mean, didn't you? I feel like I watched your first animation TikTok, and I believe I even commented something like, "Yo, Gabe or Swy, whatever I called you in the comment. You're really good at this for your first time. Your first time you made like an animation where you're like picking up a sword or something, and it's your Minecraft character, and it was actually pretty smooth movement.
yeah,
And to see how long and how far you've come in such a short time, where hundreds of thousands of people are actually enjoying this animation, and if you keep doing it, you never know, like something bigger could come from it. And
Yeah.
if you genuinely do like this 3D animation, like we've been saying this whole podcast, if you like this and you want to do this, you could probably make it happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
definitely.
Yeah,
gotta
just make
write.
sure you enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I definitely. I mean, it takes like 4 or 5 hours to make like a 13-second animation, but it's pretty fun. I definitely enjoy it.
As long as you're enjoying those 13 hours, right? For me,
Yeah.
For me, I couldn't do that. Like, I don't have the patience for that. I barely have the
I don't
patience
either.
to
I
edit.
don't either.
Yeah.
I barely have the patience to edit a video, let alone sit there for 13 hours to make a 13-second clip.
Same. Honestly, that's why I love story times. They're so easy to do. Like, I mean, the way I do them is different, but like, luckily I have like I said, I have Tommy to like do the subtitles because I can't do subtitles for my life, and I'm just
Oh,
so
dude.
impatient with that.
I'm so
So-
impatient. I cannot
Yeah.
sit there and do subtitles. I did it
Yeah.
like, I did like gaming videos, and I did subtitles for like the intros, and I was like, dude, I can't do this for a whole video. I'll do it for the
Yeah.
intro, but like I quit. I'm over.
Yeah, no, but like, no, I remember when I was like, when I made my first TikTok, and I was like, you know, for the story times, and I started doing subtitles. It was funny because like every like part was like a different subtitle, and I didn't know like what to do. My friend Tommy's like, you know, he's like, dude, you do subtitles like trash. Like you're ultimately like just garbage at it. Like let me just do it for you. So he did the first one, and then when he did the first one, it hit like 12.3 million views, and I'm
Ooh.
like, bruh. So
Nice.
he did another one for me, and we just, I don't know, we kind of just went back and forth. And I'm like, you know what, like Tom, do you just want to be my editor? And I just, you know, like you just help me out. He's like, yeah, sounds good. So we kind of like tag team it where I do like the
Yeah.
animations of like, you know, parts like things sliding in when it's like a picture of a girl or just something like that, and he just does the subtitles. So it's like teamwork because I just don't have the patience for it, man. So if you have the patience to make a full animation in like 3 or 4 hours, or do like a 13 seconds in 3 or 4 hours, then go you, man, because I can't.
You do you. Like, oh, dude. when I hear that, I can only imagine like the movies, like the actual movies.
That's why they
Oh,
take like
God.
years
God.
to make. Definitely.
Oh.
1 year.
Yeah.
Oh, I could not imagine animating for a whole year straight. I
I
mean,
can't
unless you're
either.
getting paid well.
Wow. Yeah.
Um,
if it's your job and you kind of have nothing else
Money
to do.
changes the game, bro.
Money
money
changes everything.
money changes the desire. Let me tell you. All right. So let's do 2 more final questions. To end off the podcast.
Okay.
Baba, first of all, let's do the name. What drives you? What drives you to make this content? And what drives creators? What drives you?
Okay. Well, this is a good question. What drives me the most, honestly, I think it's just the amount of people that said I wouldn't make it. I can easily vouch that. Like,
Yeah.
one thing I realized, like, as I was growing up, like, I remember when I was a kid, like, a lot of people would like make fun of, like, me making videos or me making like they would just make fun of me for it. I was bullied a lot back in school. Before I kept doing the devil's tango. That's a different story though. Anyways, yeah. So, I got like made fun of a lot. A lot of people in my high school were like, "Oh, you're not gonna go anywhere with this," And my dad didn't even believe in me. Like, my own family didn't believe in me. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That's a lot to take in. And then, like, seeing one thing that drives me is like when as I'm hitting algorithm and as I'm growing, I see all these people, like, they go from literally hating me and thinking I'm stupid to an idiot kid to like to becoming a person with almost 1 million followers, to have like that fan base. And a lot of people switched up, and I think like as much as nice as it is, I still ego them because I don't deal with fake people. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
But it's just that I think the thing that drives me is just proving people wrong. I think that's why I first blew up. That's why I'm still blowing up to this day. It's just that matter of proving that you can be what you want to be. Like, it's 2021. Like, you know what I mean? We have movements about this. We have so many like conversations and so many people just trying to prove that they can do something. I think that's what the main drive is for a lot of people.
Yeah. All right, Gabe, you want to take the final question for Baba here?
Final question.
It's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah,
Got a lot of pressure on your shoulders.
Trying to think.
Awkward silence.
I like to think. Make sure it's a good question.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
I feel like I want to ask a question, but I think we've already covered it.
You want to just bring it up real quick, and we can kind of say if we covered it?
Well, if your first storytime animation never blew up and you were just like, I'm just not gonna do this anymore, where do you think you'd be right now if
And what
that
kind of
never
content
happened?
would you be making?
Yeah, if that never
Oh,
happened.
like
that's a
if
great
my
question.
first story time didn't blow
Yeah,
up,
if it
what
didn't
would I be
blow up
doing?
and you just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this anymore, where do you think
Question.
you would be?
Honestly, I think I would just still be doing like, no, I wouldn't be doing story times. I'd probably just try to find ways to like, make like Minecraft content like I used to, like, do like, like I would do like these like very fake feeling Minecraft videos. It was like, oh my goodness, like I just became small, or like, there's that overreaction YouTuber probably would still be like my vibe until like, I realized what I want to do. But luckily that came sooner than I thought.
Later,
So yeah.
Well, to end off, Baba, do you want to tell them what's your next move? Like, what can they expect from you coming out?
Honestly, a lot. I am so excited. I have so many moves coming in. I got some signings to do. I got some sponsorships I'm excited for. I got, like 1 mil's coming. I got so many things excited for. I got a new car coming, dude. I'm just let's just say this is my year, bro. I'm gonna flex the life out of my lifestyle.
Let's go.
I'm gonna flex the life out of everything I worked hard for, and it's just gonna still be the beginning for me because I'm just gonna, keep growing. So I'm excited
This is
for
the
it.
Baba decade. Let me tell
For
you.
real, yeah.
The
This
Baba
is the time
decade.
for Baba.
The next PewDiePie.
The decade.
Here we go.
The next PewDiePie.
The next
Here we go.
PewDiePie. Yes, that's a dream, bro, and I'm gonna hit it one day for sure.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you everyone for listening to the first ever episode. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure you guys follow on whatever platform you're listening to, Spotify, Google Music or whatever it's called, Apple Music, YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow, like, all that stuff. And if you guys want to see some other guests, let us know who you want to see. Our content we'll be posting on here is basically just guest based, and we would love to know who you guys would like to get to know more, just like you got to know Baba. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day.